Hey family, welcome back. We're reading the excellent Native American stories, myths, and legends that are compiled. We're learning about them, and it's a beautiful thing, and I hope you've been enjoying it. Alright, now, this story is from the Cherokee tribe, and it's titled Daughter of the Sun. Many Indian legends, such as the two previous selections, depict the sun as a male being who impregnates mortal women. The Cherokees are one of three tribes who view the sun as female. In the classic tale with an Orpheus theme, the sun is an old woman with a grown daughter and human emotions. The sun lived on the other side of the sky vault, but her daughter lived in the middle of the sky, directly above the earth. Every day, as the sun was climbing along, the sky arched to the west. She used to stop at her daughter's house for dinner. Now the sun hated the people of this earth because they never looked straight at her without squinting. Yeah. She said to her brother, the moon, "My grandchildren are ugly. They screw up their faces whenever they see me." But the moon said, "I like my younger brothers. I think they're handsome." This was because they always smiled pleasantly at his mild glow in the night sky. The sun was jealous of the moon's popularity and decided to kill the people. Every day when she got near her daughter's house, she sent down such sultry heat that fever broke out and people died by the hundreds. When everyone had lost some friend and it seemed as if no one would be spared, the humans went up for help to the little men. These men, who were friendly spirits, said that the only way the people could save themselves was to kill the sun. The little men made medicine to change two humans into snakes. Oh my goodness, what? The spreading adder and the copperhead. Oh, the copperhead snakes look cool. And who hide near the daughter's door and bite the old sun. The snakes went up to the sky and lay in wait until the sun arrived for dinner. But when the spreading adder was about to spring, her bright light blinded him, and he could only spit out yellow slime, as he does to this day when he tries to bite. The sun called him a nasty thing and went into the house. "You're a nasty little creature." And the copperhead was so discouraged that he crawled off without trying to do anything. That's interesting, the dynamic. One snake spits venom. The other one was going to bite, didn't do it. Spit versus bite. Attack versus leave it. The people, still dying from the terrible heat, went a second time to the little men for help. Again, the little men made medicine and changed one man into the great Ukenta. Uktena, the water monster, and another into a rattlesnake. As before, the serpents had instructions to kill the old sun when she stopped at her daughter's house. Uketena was large and fierce, with horns on his head, and everyone thought he would be sure to succeed. But the rattlesnake was so eager that he raced ahead and coiled up just outside the house. When the sun's daughter opened the door to look for her mother, he struck and she fell dead in the doorway. Forgetting to wait for the old sun, he went back to the people, and Uktena was so angry at the rattlesnake's stupidity that he went back to. Since then, we pray to the rattlesnake and don't kill him. Oh, that's interesting. Because he wishes people well and never tries to bite if we don't disturb him. Yeah, it's kind of cool because they got their rattle. They kind of let you know, like, hey, watch your foot, don't step on me. But Uktena grew angrier and more dangerous all the time. He became so venomous that if he even looked at a man, the man's whole family would die. Eventually, the people held a council and decided that he was just too dangerous. So they sent him to Galunlati, the end of the world, where he still is. When the sun found her daughter dead, she shut herself up in the house and grieved. Now the people were no longer dying from the heat, but they lived in darkness. Once more they sought help from the little men, who said that in order to coax the sun out, they must bring her daughter back from Tsuginai. This is the ghost country. Oh, wow. Which lies in Usunhi, the darkening land in the west. The people chose 7 men to make the journey. The little men told the 7 to take a box and told each man to carry a sourwood rod and handbreadth long. When they got to Tsuginai, the little men explained they would find all the ghosts at a dance. What? The ghosts are at a dance? They should stand outside the circle, and when the sun's daughter danced past them, they must strike her with the rods, and she would fall to the ground. Then they could put her in the box and bring her back to her mother. But they must not open the box, even a crack, until they arrive home. Oh, snap. The 7 men, 7, took the rods and the box and traveled west for 7 days until they came to the darkening land. There they found a great crowd of ghosts having a dance, just as if they were alive. The sun's daughter was in the outside circle. As she danced past them, one of the 7 men struck her with the rod. Get down. As she swung around the second time, another touched her with his rod, and another, until at the 7th round she fell out of the ring. So look at this, 7 men and then 7 rounds. 14. The men put her into the box and closed the lid. The other ghosts never seemed to notice what had happened. The 7 took up the box and started home towards the east. In a while, the girl came to life again, and she begged to be let out, but the party went on without answering. Soon she called again and said she was hungry, but they did not reply. When at last the group was very near home, the daughter of the sun cried that she was smothered and begged them to raise the lid just a little. Now they were afraid that she was really dying, so they barely cracked the lid to give her air. There was a fluttering sound, and something flew past them into the bushes. Then they heard a redbird cry, "Kawish! Kawish! Kawish!" Shutting the lid, they went on again, but when they arrived at the settlements and opened the box, it was empty. So we know that the redbird is the daughter of the sun. And if the party had kept the box closed, as the little men told them to, they could have brought her home safely. And today we would be able to recover our friends from the ghost country. Because the 7 opened the box, however, we can never bring people back who've died. The sun had been hopeful when the party had started off for the darkening land. But when they came back without her daughter, she wept until her tears caused a great flood. Fearing that the world would be drowned, the people held another council and decided to send their handsomest young men and women to amuse the sun and to stop her crying. Ah! So like, cause the sun can see them and they're dancing and it's warm and it's like, hi. This group danced before her and sang their best songs. But for a long time she kept her face bowed and paid no attention. At last, when the drummer suddenly changed the song, she looked up and was so pleased at the sight of the beautiful young people that she forgot her grief and smiled. Based on James Mooney's account in the 1890s. Wow! So ghost country, the little men, the redbird, essentially the daughter of the sun, Kawish. So the redbird heard it. That is so cute. My grandchildren are ugly. They screw up their faces whenever they see me. That's adorable, man. The darkening land. Such creativity. I love it a lot. I mean, you really got to appreciate these people. Okay, the next one is titled Grandmother Spider Steals the Sun. It's from the Cherokee tribe. Wonder how this happens. Let's see. Oops. In the beginning, there was only blackness, and nobody could see anything. People kept bumping into each other and groping blindly. They said, "What this world needs is light." Fox said he knew some people on the other side of the world who had plenty of light, but they were too greedy to share it with others. Possum said he would be glad to steal a little of it. "I have a bushy tail," he said. "I can hide the light inside all that fur." Then he set out for the other side of the world. There he found the sun hanging in a tree and lighting everything up. He sneaked over to the sun, picked out a tiny piece of light, and stuffed it into his tail. But the light was hot and burned off all the fur, because possums don't have hair on their tail. And ever since, Possum's tail has been bald. "Let me try," said the buzzard. "I know better than to hide a piece of stolen light in my tail. I'll put it on my head." He flew to the other side of the world and, diving straight into the sun, seized it in his claws. He put it on his head, but it burned his head feathers off. The people grabbed the sun away from him, and ever since that time, Buzzard's head has remained bald. The balding of animals. Then Grandmother Spider said, "Let me try." First she made a thick-walled pot out of clay. Next she spun a web reaching all the way to the other side of the world. She was so small that none of the people there noticed her coming. Notice that. The spider's so small, you don't really notice it coming. Quickly, Grandmother Spider, notice it's Grandmother Spider, snatched up the sun, put it in the bowl of clay, and scrambled back home along one of the strands of her web. Now her side of the world had light, and everyone rejoiced. Spider-Woman brought not only the sun to the Cherokee, but fire with it. So the spider brought fire. There's a lot of symbolism around fire. Wow. And besides that, she taught the Cherokee people the art of pottery making. From a tale reported by James Mooney in the 1890s. Wow, so these two stories were by the same accounting of James Mooney. Wow. Very cool, family. Spider's the one who helped humanity get fire. Very interesting take, right? Okay, family. Hope you like that.